What is up, everyone? How you doing? Yeah, we'll talk about it, Async. How you doing, brother? Uh, it didn't sweep the 1 hour high, but it's a really important retest. Hey, who can tell me what we just rejected off of? No, not quite the 4 hour golden pocket. Anyone? Anyone tell me what we rejected off of? That's right. So we talked about this yesterday, right? So we can start with a. I kind of want more people to see this. Maybe we should wait till more people get in here. Man, this chart is getting messy, guys. It's getting messy. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll save. We'll talk about it. You guys that are here, get the sauce. We rejected off this. We rejected off this with really high volume. Like it was a pretty aggressive rejection off of 107,200. Now, why is that important? Because that's where I'm gonna go to Coinbase chart. I think that's where we did this at. Yeah, that's where we did this at. So, whoa. Oh yeah, I was coaching Joey on this chart. This chart is gross. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna delete all this. There, yeah, that cleans it up a little bit. All right, so messy. Whatever, doesn't matter. How's the music volume? Music volume good? Okay. All right, so yesterday we were talking about this, right? So what do you have here on the weekly? Let's get rid of this. On the weekly, you have range, initiation, mitigation, continuation, right? If we flip this upside down, it might make a little more sense, right? So you break structure on the weekly, right? You come back, you retest what would be the highs, it's the lows here, and you get a bit of a rejection. Now, there's still a little bit more work to do on the downside. Obviously, if you shorted that, nice. It's looking pretty good here. So we still have to break this downtrending momentum here. We're kind of bouncing off of it right now. And then we have to break structure, okay? So if we look at a 45-minute here, this is our 45-minute strong low here. It's also our 30-minute strong low. Why is that important? Wait, it might not be 45-minute actually. Yeah, it is. Yeah. So that's important because we know that our 1 hour is still bearish. All right. So if we can flip our 45 plus our 30-minute bearish, then we'd have really nice confluence for a short, right? So that's kind of what we're looking at now. If you guys read my update at the beginning of the week, I was talking about how 107,200 is one of the two levels that I'm looking for shorts at. So it makes sense to reject from here. Really, we want to set an alert down here. Right. Until we do that, I mean, we've broken on the 45 minutes, so this looks like a golden pocket bounce. If I had to guess here, yeah, golden pocket bounce so far. So big fight going on. You have your confluence between your golden pocket and your downtrending momentum. You got bears trying to push the price back down, bulls trying to hold it up here. We'll see what happens. If we are able to come back up into this, then we don't have much trouble breaking 107,700, which will be our 1 hour break of structure. And then we just have to be cautious of this 110 level that we were talking about, this big confluence resistance level here. So let's set an alert down here. This is going to be our bearish break of structure. There, break of structure 30. If this level breaks on like a 30 and 45, you're looking for something like this, right? That's really good confluence for a short. And that's good because then it will allow us to either get in on some mitigation longs down here or maybe come target this 1 hour triple liquidity weak low. We'll have to wait and see what we get. What are we looking at risk to reward wise there? You'd probably have to look at, yeah, ideally you'd want to get a little bit of a retracement. If you can get like a 3-to-1, that'll be better if we break down here. I mean, you could get some really nice risk to reward if we get a golden pocket retrace after that break. I'll share this in the Discord because I think this could be the play of the week here. So we'll see. We could have false move Monday up, retest this weekly level, break bearish, get a nice short, come attack these lows. I think at this point, if we lose 104.6700, that's pretty likely. So that'll be cool. Ugly 4-hour candle. Still got some time to close on that. Ugly 2-hour candle. Really ugly 1-hour candle. I would anticipate we probably come retest like the halfway point of this wick before we decide if we're going to roll over or come up. We are at a really interesting point in the market because we do have this 1-hour break of structure here. So if we are able to break this, then it would let us know that we're less likely to come down and test these. We're still in a 4-hour downtrend, but it will at least give us some strength to start coming back up towards 110. And then when we get up here, it's just a question of whether or not we're able to break out of this trend or not. If you want to go, you want to see us break this downtrending momentum, start to get some momentum to the upside. Let's take a look at our uptrending momentum here. Yeah, we could easily come back to like 101.5 tomorrow. Let's take a look at our indicators here. Not too bad, not too bad. We're getting like some real aggressive downward posturing on the 50 EMA on the daily. Nice bull div here. Yeah, guys, if we reject here, that's really bearish. It's really bearish. Because like you have to understand it. If we look at the weekly chart here, right? We lose the weekly structure here. So even though on other charts it looks like we've retested this low a bunch of times, we haven't retested on the weeklies. So if you're trading on the weekly time frame, this is your short entry for the next leg lower. And this is really aggressive sell-off price action. Yeah. We are definitely not out of the woods yet. You guys know the levels to look at to get out of the woods. The first one is to close above 107.700, and the next one is to close above 116. This does look like a Model 2 Wyckoff on the 4-hour though. There's not really a structure break here. I think I see what you're saying. Are you talking about this? 1, 2, 3. Is that what you're talking about, bro? Hey, Alexandra G, gifted a membership. You're the first person to buy a membership on the channel. Appreciate you. What's up? At the bottom, Model 2 Wyckoff. So I don't know about on the 4-hour, but on the 20-minute, I definitely see it. Right, we have like our 2 lows here, and then our retest of the order block here. Is that what you're talking about? We have that marked out on our chart over here. You talking about this Wyckoff here? And then jump across the creek here. Oh, maybe Maybe Andrew actually was the first person to get membership and I just didn't see it. So this is a Wyckoff here. We had the jump across the creek here. We've had this SOS out. We kind of had a little bit of mitigation here, but I'd like a retest of the creek. If we can come back down to like 102, 400, I like that a lot better. It's also like a retest of this downtrending momentum here. So that's really nice. Okay, there's more people in here. I kind of want to go over the weekly again just because it's really important for those people to hear this. So I think I'm going to repeat myself. So I apologize if you're here. Yeah, so as we were talking about in the weekly opening update, 107, 200 was a very important level because on the weekly, it's the retest of previous lows. So you break down on the weekly, you come back up to retest the lows, and you're rejecting off of it. So if we do break, so set your alerts here at 104, 700. If we do break that, that's a 30-minute and a 45-minute break of structure after retesting bearishly the weekly break of structure, which could definitely give us some downward momentum to come back to some of the levels that we're looking at, whether it's take the week low or it's going to be a higher low around like 1045, 1035, something like that. So this is your basically the play tomorrow morning. If we are bearish, is going to be we came up, we set a low, we swept that high, we broke the low, J-Pal pattern, right? Come back up, golden pocket, short it down. Right? Little head and shoulders that everyone can talk about, right? This would kind of be the play for tomorrow morning. So just wanted to make sure that that everyone saw this. This is very important. Okay. All right. Type a 1 in chat if you're prepared for the weekly trend move. Better see a lot of ones in here. I'm gonna drink some water. Oh, Andrew got the member. Oh, it's messed up names. That makes more sense. Yeah, so it was you, Alexandra. Awesome. Appreciate you. Awesome, guys. Okay, prepared trader is profitable trader. We're starting to make that move down now. I do want to signal this, but I can wait. We have an alert. If this hits on stream, I probably will have to take a break to signal this. Okay, so levels to the downside. So we've been over this week, right? So we have our important retest of the trend line. We have our untapped demand from below the creek, and it's also at this point a creek retest, 102, 500. That's going to be the level that you need to watch. Also, we have a smaller level like 103, 500, kind of this decision block here after the breakout. We could get a bounce as well. That would kind of be underneath these EMAs that we have had bullishly cross here. We do not want to see these EMAs fail and the 50 EMA on like the 1 hour, the 30-minute, and the 45-minute dip back below the 200. That would be bad news for Bitcoin, and it would look like we're going to come down and attack the lows. So bouncing from like 103, 500 would be right underneath these 45-minute 200 EMA. So it's definitely an important level to watch. But really, all that's important on Bitcoin right now is just watching 104, 700. If that doesn't break, we can come up here and flip our 1 hour bullish at 107, 700. Otherwise, we're coming down, boys. Okay, so we've had some interesting moves on some altcoins here. I was looking at so we had this move on ETH here. Let's go back over here. Did ETH take it yet? So ETH kind of gave you a little bit of a tell for the move up and the move down here. So let me get this out of here. So we had this SFP of the highs here on ETH, right? And then if we zoom in on structure here on the 5-minute, so we had this SFP of the highs, and then what do you get at the highs? You get a JPOW pattern. So this morning, even though Bitcoin only had internal structure, we did have this down move prepared for us on ETH. And then you even get a nice little SFP here in the morning, right? So you break structure bearish, you set a high, you break that low, your 5-minute high moves here, you get this SFP in the morning, and then you break down. And then at the lows here, you get a 5-minute break of structure, then you get an SFP, and then you come up. You break the structure again, bullish here. What do you get? You get a golden pocket retest after the bullish break, and you've now moved up. Now, ETH has not, let's see, ETH has not taken the high up here yet. We also, as we were talking about in the Discord, so ETH had a 30-minute break of structure at the lows here. All right, so ETH is kind of giving us a little bit of an early call here that we might be getting some downside. We haven't broke the 30-minute back bullish yet, so if you want to get bullish on ETH, you need to see ETH come above the, what is that, 36.57. Otherwise, you're looking at more downside for ETH. You've got some nice support down here at previous demand around 34.84. It's also your 30-minute 200 EMA. It would also be the sweep of the liquidity here, so definitely a level that you want to keep an eye on. It's going to be this demand here. Hasn't been mitigated since we SOS'd out of it. If we're looking at the ETH accumulation down here, again, a lot of liquidity in these lows that weren't swept. So we get our decision block here. We get our jump over the creek here. So kind of a retest for the creek here on ETH is going to be down here in like the 3,400 level. If you want to get more specific with this demand, you can kind of stack it with this this area here. The kind of the two levels to watch on ETH is going to be like 34.33 and 34.84. Set some alerts on those. Hey, Async, thanks for joining the crew, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for the membership. Okay, so what would we look for when we come down here, right? So we would look for, so we're breaking, we know 30-minute is bearish, right? So we can look for 30-minute down here. I don't know if you'll get it, but like 15-minute down here would be nice for me to get some upward action. If we don't get any break of structures in this level, look out below, because your next stop is going to be down here at like 32.50. So make sure you get your break of structures on ETH if you're going to take these trades. Otherwise, we need to close above 36.57 to maintain our bullish momentum, so that we can come up to retest some of these higher levels like 36.83 and like 3900. Where are we looking? What are we looking like on a 4-hour golden pocket here? Okay, so we have some confluence up here for a sell around this 4-hour 200, this golden pocket level. So that would bring ETH around 3,800. So if you see ETH up here around 3,800, you're in a long. I would definitely consider taking some profit, because at the very least, what we're likely going to see is come above the 4-hour and come test the 50 again. So very good sell confluence up here, like 3,800 for ETH if we do keep going higher. This is kind of similar to Bitcoin getting to its golden pocket. So definitely be aware of that level. But yeah, that's what I see on ETH. We're looking on the indicators here. Oh, not bad 1-hour MACD here. Could this play on Bitcoin via fake out? Yes. Well, we'll tell you if we can reclaim above that. Flipping this weekly level would be really nice, because that would be a reclaim of the weekly range. The only problem is we do have a place to hit our head around 110. All right. Sol's kind of hanging out around its 1 hour 200. Internal structure on Sol. Oh yeah, Sol had a 3 hour, right? Oh, it's not internal on the USD chart. That's right. Okay. Okay, so Sol's kind of consolidating after having a 3 hour break of structure. I don't hate this for Sol. Did we set a low here? Okay, so it does get a little interesting here. So if we now come and break this low, that would immediately flip the 3 hour back bearish. So if you're watching Sol, you really don't want to break 164, 165. So you now have a strong low on your 3 hour down here. Yeah, you break this, it starts to look bad. It starts to look like we're coming back down. This really is a key fight here for if we're going to keep going up or if we're going to see a little bit of a retracement. All right, so Sol flips your 15-minute bearish here, and then we just SFP'd it. Coming back up to test the wick. And the SFP targets this week low. Yeah, bulls need to push here, where these markets start to look not so great. Retest the previous highs. I know this is internal on SUI, but yeah, $2 needs to hold on SUI. How's USDT dominance doing? Oh wait, did we get a weekly break on this? What did this close at? 5.26%. Oof. Trying to save it here. Trying to save it. Technically didn't break here. Ooh, that 5 days ugly. That 5 days ugly retesting. Resistance here. Or retesting support. Yeah, guys, this is a 5 day, or actually, we got our 5 day break here. So this is just liquidity. Man. Quite the SOS here. Yeah, the only kind of good news on the 5 day here is this SFP. But if USDT dominance can come back and break below 468, then you're back in a downtrend on the 5 day. So that's nice. What would you have here on the 5 day if USDT dominance breaks 526? You would have an SFP break of structure on the 5 day time frame. That would be pretty bearish on this, which could get some good bounce for Bitcoin and your altcoins there. So let's actually set an alert there. Okay, Bitcoin's recovering nicely off that weekly rejection. It's got to push through though, guys. It's got to push through. Let's see. 5 day bear break. Okay, let's look at total. Okay, so total still got a ways up before it tests this weekly downtrend here. Oh yeah, it broke here actually, I forget. It had a nice SFV. Getting close to this rejection level. What is that coming up another? 2%. Yeah, it puts Bitcoin closer to the golden pocket here. I'm gonna go ahead and put an alert here. Yeah, guys, be very, so even if we get saved here on Bitcoin, be very careful at that 110 level. There's so much confluence for rejection. And the trend is still down, right? We're still guilty until proven innocent. So we've got some work to do. All right, guys, we're at that point in the stream. Is there anything you guys want to look at? Go ahead and throw it in chat. Aerodrome. Hey. Okay. Great time to catch up on Aerodrome. Okay, so we talked about this. Alright, so this is a great lesson on liquidity and structure. So, who remembers looking at this when we looked at it? So we talked about, I think the break, yeah, the break of structure was, this was like 30-minute. Yeah. So the break of structure was here. Whoever suggested error, thank you. This is a great learning moment for everyone. So we looked at Aerodrome back here on stream. So whenever we were looking at it here, it had just broken bearish, or I think it was about to break bearish in 30 minutes, something like that. And we talked about coming back up to retest supply and that there's this giant liquidity curve here, right? So what happens? It pumps up like crazy, doesn't take any of the lows, leaving a bunch of liquidity behind, right? And when we bottom here, most people don't get long in this bottom. Most people get long in this higher low. Then we come up, so most of the liquidity is in here. What does the price do after that? Sharp correction down, swipes all of the liquidity all the way down to this low here, right? Sufficiently sweeps liquidity and up we go. Now, what has Aerodrome done on the daily that's important? What is this daily structure? Yes, it was. So today, if Aerodrome keeps pumping, it will do what a lot of other coins have done, which is break your daily structure bearish. If you are trading Aerodrome, you can start playing longs on like a swing long time frame. And your 4 hour is going to be a great time frame to do that. So playing these 4 hour levels, because I believe we broke 4 hour structure here before coming back to sweep. So now we have a 4 hour strong low here. So if we set another low here on the 4 hour and then we break it, that'll be a new strong low. So if you enter here, you can put your stop loss under the 4 hour strong low and you can look to ride it up on like a swing time frame basis. But this looks good. This looks good. 12 hour structure is breaking here as well. So we'll see where this opens in the morning. I like it though. We're back in the realm of external structure on Aerodrome. So good trading to come on Aero. Congratulations to anyone who accumulated arrow. Hey, I'll definitely do Tesla. I'll do some stock market TA. Let me get through everyone though. Sui? So we already looked at Sui a bit. Yeah, it doesn't look that good, bro. Like you got, I mean, yes, it's breaking out of this like local downtrend here, but it's all internal structure here. Yeah, you have so much resistance up above. I mean, Sui's got a lot of work to do before you even break internal structure bullish again. So, if you believe in Sui, I mean, it's at $2, right? Good place to accumulate if you believe in it. But the chart, there's not much I can say about this. It doesn't look that good. What do I think about stacks? Okay, so similar to a lot of coins, we talked about this, like a lot of coins look like this, right? It's just sideways consolidation. You could call this a spring if you wanted to, which, I mean, you are breaking this downtrending momentum that we've been fighting a lot, but I mean, you broke it here, you failed, you broke it here, you failed. So you really, you want to see stacks above 67 cents. If you get above 67 cents, you can actually run. So a lot of those coins that are running have the same thing in common, and it's what Aerodrome just did, right? You come back up and you flip. If you are able to get this flip on this daily structure, then you can start looking at higher prices. Oh my god, this chart looks terrible. I mean, this looks like a giant head and shoulders, right? Yeah, man, all I can give you with a clean conscience is if you break 67, then you can start looking to upside. Otherwise, this looks like garbage. Yeah, very long term. Yeah, bro, just set an alert at 67, stop watching it, and wait for the alert to go off. That's what I would do. Is there a scenario where we break... Is there a scenario where we break down here but find support 99k or 96k but still recover? Yeah, for sure. So let me tell you what that would look like. So let's go to our kind of macro chart here. I made this chart really messy, so bear with me. I was kind of teaching a community member last night and I drew all over this. But yeah, so the key level that we're looking to come to is 98,000. Why 98,000? Well, for a couple reasons. It sweeps this liquidity down here at 98,170 from way back in June. It's also this daily consolidation range from back in May that never got tapped. It got front ran here. We haven't mitigated this range yet. More importantly, it makes it way easier to flip bullish on the daily. So I can't draw on this chart without bringing all the stuff back, but just bear with me here. So we break daily structure bearish here when we sweep below 106. We then set a high here and we come back down and we take a new low, right? So our daily strong high is at 116,000 right now. However, if we come down and hit that key level at 98,000, bounce and come back up and break 107, you've now broken daily structure back bullish, right? So that makes it a lot easier to flip bullish on the chart, right? That would also be a 4-hour high now as well. It would have been really nice to take this low back when we were down in this range, because it would have created a scenario where we can break 4-hour structure back bullish. Now we can't, which is one of the reasons that I'm leaning more bearish here. But yeah, there's certainly a scenario where we come and tap 98. This is kind of where we would expect the price to bounce at, right? Come sweep all the liquidity in this triple low here, come grab 98, come back up and break 107.6, and you're back in bullish structure off to the races, so you can kind of anticipate upside. at least coming back to kind of 116. So certainly, I would actually much prefer that we come down and break 98 before we come back up than just come up now, because as it sits right now, the daily break of structure is at like 116,400. So if we come up and break that now, I mean, your stop loss is way down here on your daily swings. You'd have to get quite the mitigation here to get into like a daily swing trade that makes sense with risk to reward. But if we come down and break it now and then break this, it's much easier to get into a daily swing trade. So yeah, man, Sergio, it definitely possible. Can you talk about DOT, Trump, Ondo, and OP, please? Thanks. Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah. DOT. I can talk about them if I can talk about them. If they look like shit, there's nothing I can really do for you, brother. Okay, man. So I don't know what's really exciting you about this chart. I mean, yes, we're at the lows, but the lows just keep getting taken. This chart doesn't look good at all. I mean, what I can tell you is if you break $5, you get a weekly break of structure. So I would set an alert on DOT at $5. And then you can look at some more bullish targets, right? And I mean, if you are trying to like get a bag of DOT because you believe in it or whatever the case may be, right? If you're gonna come up to like, you know, say $25 or something, do you really care if you get in at $5 or if you get in at 330, right? Whereas it could very easily come back to $1 and you've lost like 70% of your money. So patience pays on this one. You're kind of just rejecting the previous lows here. So I'd be much more interested in DOT if it gets above $5. Trump. Okay. Did Trump pump on this stimmy check news? This coin. Okay. Okay. So Trump actually has daily structure. So you break your daily structure back bullish here. You break it back bullish. You retrace a little bit. You've now broken a high again. You have a daily strong low here at $7. Man, yeah. So Trump creates a new 4-hour high here, sets a low, breaks that high, retraces just before the low, and has now broken it again. Your strong low on your 4-hour is also down here as well. So you've got a strong low down here at 677, which makes this possible to accumulate on spot because you do have a daily low there. If we're looking for retrace levels, if we are going to retrace from here, like if Bitcoin's going to dump, I really like the confluence between this untapped demand here and your golden pocket around, what is this, like $8 basically. Yeah, I mean, Trump looks better than, so when you're looking at a coin, right, if it looks like this, right, why would you want to trade something that looks like this over Bitcoin? If you see this ovary pattern here, stay away from it, right? Because, I mean, notice the difference, right? So once it breaks daily structure, you pull back, you get a nice clean pump, right? It's a lot cleaner. because you actually have a reason to be bullish on it. If it looks like an ovary, I mean, why? But yeah, that's what I see on Trump. I think you can trade bullish breaks. So you're in a situation on Trump where your 4 hours bullish and your daily's bullish, so you can trade bullish like 15-minute breaks in key pullback levels. So like an opportunity has been created here. Is this 30-minute as well? Yeah, awesome. Okay, so we've broken our 30-minute structure bearish here with this bearish breakup structure. So now this creates an opportunity. Oh, I really like where this 200 EMA is as well. Yeah, so like if we come back down on Trump and we break 30-minute structure bullish out of this demand, you can get long here, stop loss under here, target the week high. That's like a 5-to-1 trade if it plays out like this, right? And why is that good? Because your entry time frame, your 30-minute, flips bullish, matching your daily, which is bullish, and your 4-hour, which is bullish, right? So you want to take trades when your low time frame is in confluence with your higher time frames. That's when you're going to get the best, the easiest trades, the best results. So no, I wouldn't long it right now with our bearish 30-minute structure, but once that structure breaks back bullish, then I'd be interested in kind of like a long. I mean, you could long it up to here and then leave a runner, but definitely take profit at the week high. That's your technical target, around like 9.6. What's up, 32? What's going on, man? Onda? Yeah, we can look at Onda. Do you mean Ondo? Is Onda a coin? I think you mean Ondo. Alright, so I'm going to skip this one because this one ovary pattern, right? Still more work to do. Get above $1. We can talk about some nice bullish momentum plays. Right now, its technical target is still these lows around like 20 cents. So doesn't look as good. I would rather you trade like Trump than Ondo right now. OP? Yeah. Alright, so again, right, not done yet. Come above 70 cents, we can talk about recovery. So the thing is, like, there's not much to do on this because all it's done is dump and then consolidate sideways. Like, you could try to trade a range on this and you could pull your volume profile, but there's no structure to trade within here. It's all internal structure. So yeah, you could say, hey, we've reclaimed our value, our point of control. We're going to come up to 49 cents or whatever. But for me, it's like, I'd rather be in the coins that are already running, right? Or that have bullish structure that insinuates a further run to the upside. What were those coins that we were looking at a couple weeks ago that had already broken this bullish structure and were off to the races? Like, you're going to see moves like this, right? Like you break your daily and you start actually getting a nice run, right? And at that point, do you care if you bought it here or you bought it down here? Well, maybe, right? But you could just as easily, maybe this coin doesn't run. So, I mean, if you have really high conviction in OP, then cool. But, oh yeah, ICP was one of them, actually. Yeah, we can look at it. We can look at ICP. Thanks, Rich. Appreciate you. Welcome to the stream, man. I don't think I've seen you here before. Tesla. Yeah, we can do Tesla for you, bro. Oh, what am I doing? Doing too much crypto. Okay. Okay, so Tesla takes this high here at 470, which creates a new strong low on your daily. So 411 is your strong low. don't necessarily want to come below 411 now because that would create a bearish break of structure. We bounced off kind of the golden pocket 786 here. Yeah, 786 bounce on Tesla gap fill today. We still are targeting the week high here at like 470 right now. Let's look more internally here. Break the 4-hour bearish. SFP. Yeah, 4 hours not very helpful. It kind of matches up with your daily here. Okay, so 1 hour is a little more helpful. So yeah, so if Tesla can come above and close above 451, if you can close above 451 on Tesla, I see no reason why I wouldn't come attack 470 again. So I would set an alert here at like 451. You get a 1 hour close above that. You can look to get in on a retrace to come attack the week high. And from there you can, you know, you're chilling. You can leave a runner to come attack 488. Yeah, Tesla doesn't look bad. For me, your line in the sand for Tesla is 411. If you lose 411, you're likely coming back to 360. 368. You have a gap fill down here. How are we looking at on like a VWAP from there? Alright, so we've reclaimed our gap VWAP. Yeah, that's what I see on Tesla. Your key level to break above is 451. If you lose 411, you're coming to 368. Hope that helps, man. No reason to sell any Tesla here. If you're in from like the lows, like down like 175 or whatever. We're chilling. Chilling. Already looked at DOT. ICP. Yeah, check it out. Man, they really ran it up to 10 bucks again. That's deja vu from back here. Okay, yeah, but this is kind of what we were talking about, right? Like, do you guys see the difference in this? Like, the other coins look like this, right? This is kind of what most alts look like. If you wait for the daily break of structure here, right? What happens? You break structure on the daily, you retest, and then you quickly, over, what is it, 4 days, you pump 100%. Right? And you're not stuck down here waiting, wondering like, oh, is it the turn for this one to run? Is this one gonna run? Are we gonna? No, you wait for the structure break, you're off to the races you go. Alright? If your coin price cuts off here, like, yeah, maybe you're amazing at predicting what's gonna run next and you buy and you catch like the full 200% move, right? Or you wait for confirmation and you catch like a quick 4-day 100% move. Right? So waiting for structure is just better. Oh, Alex, man. You have to do that, bro. I appreciate you, man. You're actually the first dono on the channel, bro. Love you, man. Good to see you, bro. It's weekly rejection, man. Could get a little scary if we break this 30-minute structure, bro. What's up, Trading Twitch? How you doing, brother? But yeah, so strong low still down here. What's nice about setting this low here on the daily? Thanks, Alex, man. 6 months, dude. I remember when I only had 50 subscribers, bro. It's a crazy journey. Thanks for everything you've done to support me, man. Appreciate you. So now if ICP comes up and breaks this high, you move your strong low here. But yeah, basically all the coins that just look like this, look like a ovary pattern. There's really no point to trade them until you get your daily breaks. That's when you get your aggressive moves. Let's look at the 4 hour here. Okay, a little bit of a warning sign here. We've broken the 4 hour bearish. So our daily is still bullish. So it does create a little bit of an opportunity for us to flip the 4 hour back bullish. Ah, DJ, appreciate you, bro. Feel the love, man. I think this is the first time I've seen your name on stream, dude. Appreciate you too. So we've had a bearish break of structure on the 4 hour. So kind of what we were talking about, these coins that break your 4 hour structure bullish, right? You can kind of just ride them up until you get these warning signs of correction, right? And then you can kind of get an exit here. Now, if we come back up and break $8 and $2.91, that would kind of be your first indication that we're coming back to attack the daily week high, and you could get kind of like a nice swing entry, take profit 1 here, and then leave a runner if we are continuing higher. But we do have some key levels below us for support. So if we're taking a look at, let's see, what about our 12 hour, 8 hour? Okay, so we have our 8 hour golden pocket. Okay, so we're kind of at our 8 hour golden pocket right now. Yeah, so if we come up and break 825 out of this, that would be a pretty good indication that the run's not over. So definitely something to keep an eye on. I also like our demand down here. That would also grab all the liquidity from this low. I'd prefer we set a high first on the 4 hour, so if we can like close another green candle or like 2 green candles here, then sweep lower, then break, that's a much better risk to reward. If we're looking, yeah, that's like a 3 risk to reward to the highs. That would be more interesting for me. If we broke here, you'd have to wait for a little bit of a pullback to get better RR to come up. But yeah, I anticipate further downside until you break your 4 hour bullish. We have this nice little decision block 786 confluence here at like 580 as well. But you're just waiting for the 4 hour to flip back. Yeah, good night, brother. God bless you too, man. Oh, Trade Intuition, you rated me, brother. Appreciate you, man. Much love. Good night, man. All right, let's take a final look here at Bitcoin. All right, guys, prepared trader is a profitable trader. You guys have the levels. You break 104,700. I'm going to signal this. If you break 104,700, you're looking for a retrace and short back down, targeting demand or the lows. If you close above the 1 hour, your level to look for resistance above is 110. Should be a pretty quick move up there. And that's where we have our trend line and our golden pocket supply confluence. Yeah. Bitcoin's trying to come back up right now. It's tested like the 618 of this wick, it looks like. Yeah, you really want to see this push through. If you're bullish, you really want to see it close above 107,700. All right, any last minute questions, guys? Alright guys, well as always, make sure you join the free Discord in the top of the description. Make sure you subscribe, ring the bell, all that jazz. I appreciate all of y'all who supported me getting here, getting monetized. It was awesome. This is the first stream where we had our first donation and our first membership join. Fantastic. As always, my name's Wave Cipher. Trade safe. Much love. Wave Cipher out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.